Mm.
Okay. Okay, there we go. It's like, great. Literally, I checked all of the audio before I hit the go live button. I hit the go live button, and it's like, nar, 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 don't do it. Okay. So, how are you doing, Jedad?
I'm just toasty. How about you?
I'm toasty too. Uh,
Uh, I really hope, like the 1st of May is when they activate the thing, if not earlier, for some reason.
yeah. Same Z's. Uh, this is our first time being here for the beginning, for spring and summer, so we didn't really know what to expect. And I don't think that over 80 degrees in April was what I was expecting.
Yeah,
I knew it'd be warmer. We did move to the desert, but I wasn't expecting 80 degrees in well, 80 degrees, and then it went down to like almost freezing, a high of 40
yeah.
uh after that.
Well, when I've tried to Google stuff, I'm like, all right, is there a reason they don't turn swamp fans on until blah blah blah? And I think one of the things that popped up was they usually turn it on once they turn the heat off. So, um, and April can still bring cold snaps where people need their heat. And I'm
Need
like,
their heat? Do you need your heat in April?
where, I mean, maybe with like a 40-degree day, but
You got
also,
blankets. Well, not everyone has blankets, but like if
yeah,
you have heat, you got blankets.
yeah, I'm not sure which is actually worse for people. Is it like being super cold or being super warm of like heat stroke and stuff?
I
So,
mean, I think health-wise, it's probably worse to be too hot, but my personal preference is I would rather be slightly hot than too cold. Hey, Myth Wanderer, thank you for the sub. How are you doing? Wow, that
uh,
actually had my notification pop up. I feel like I haven't actually seen my notification pop up in a hot minute.
I believe they said hi, Tiffany. So where's Tiffany right now?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, thank you for the sub, Myth Wanderer. Thank you so much.
Uh,
We have fun here. Okay, so I was going to do something different with my makeup, and I don't really know if this ended up being different with my makeup. It's different. I just don't feel like it's different for when I let the ADHD take control of my makeup. Uh, but yeah, we went on a journey today, and I'm on a quick journey. I didn't start painting until like 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. Oh my God. And talk about it being warm. Talk about it being warm. Have you tried to do makeup when you're sweating? Because I was still hot from the shower and like I'd dried off, but I was still like heated up. And yeah, I tried to put on my foundation while I was sweating and it would not stick. It would not stick no matter what I did. It was a pain in the butt. I had so many problems today. And you definitely can't tell when I have problems because I definitely don't just go and splash mud and blood all over my face when I have an issue. I see you laughing, Jaded. No one else can see you laughing yet. I haven't switched over, but I see you laughing. I felt like the middle of my face was too barren, and I went to go try to add whiskers, and I didn't like the very first whisker I did, and so I just was like, hey, let's just cover it in blood and make it look like a slash or something instead. Oh, Stormy! Hi, how things? I'll be lurking in and out today. Mother's nominated for an award, a drag. Oh, thing moved. What's that? Mother nominated for an award at a drag award ceremony in her area. Auntie's going to video call, watch her win. She might not, but no, she's gonna win. It'll be fine. She'll win the way I didn't win. I was saving my win so that another one of your family members could get the win instead. So since I passed on my win, that means she gets hers. That's how winning works. That's how karma works, right? Right?
Maybe.
Switch letter DJ. DJ JM. Oh, are you gonna do DJing? Honestly, I've been thinking lately. I don't think that I have the capital to start getting all the products I need, nor the confidence to do it for money. But I seriously think sometimes that I need to become a DJ because I love my music. And I think that like, if I were going to pick all the music for a night out at the club, I feel like everyone would be dancing the entire time. I feel like I'd be really good at that. Or maybe I'd be the only one dancing. And honestly, that's fine with me too. I don't think anyone will hire me, but it's fine. But I kind of want to try DJing because I just love music and dancing so much. And there's this video of a drag queen DJ on TikTok I showed Jaded the other day, and they're all just like bouncing. They're just like bouncing to the music the whole time, which is not really dancing. I don't really consider that dancing, but they look like they were having fun, and I'm like, that looks so fun. I don't believe bouncing is dancing, but it's fine. It's fine.
Dancing is bouncing, and bouncing is dancing.
You heard it here first, y'all.
I'm getting a vibe of some sort of clip that I've seen, but I can't really place it.
The one, are you talking about the one I was talking about?
No, when I did the dancing is bouncing and bouncing is
I have no idea
dancing.
what that was.
Like I want to say it looks like they're either like kids from the 80s or 90s who do some dancing and like they bump up and
You know what
like
I love? Y'all know that meme of the
oh my
cybergoths
God.
dancing under a bridge? The
Uh,
goths dancing under the bridge is like my favorite dancing video. DJ Fuss would eat. We end up going to visit mother for my birthday. You and DJ. You get another name, JJDJ.
no,
JJDJ JM.
Myth said DJ Leaks, hot and heavy hits.
Ooh, yes. DJ leaks hot and heavy hits. Yes. I'm going to leak all of the hits. Everyone's going to be so wet when I'm done with them. It's going to be so hot and heavy. And someone might get hit. Jaded. Okay. Uh, we don't have to get started, but I'm gonna at least switch over to the game screen and get us started on TikTok. Rar. Gothy Kendall, Gothy Kendall, Gothy Kendall. I'm serving Tabaxi Barbarian today. I'm a little kitty cat that's going to F you up. Rare. Splish splash, baby. Oh, do they still do foam parties anywhere? Have foam parties died with all other fun club events? Has anyone been to a foam party in the last decade and a half? Actually, no, it has been over. I don't think that Jay did. Have we ever been to a foam party? Were all my phone parties
I
before I met you?
think we tried to go to a foam party, but for some reason we ended up leaving early before it got actually foamy.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Like it was at
The
what's the
dock.
place that closed down? Yeah.
It was at the dock. The only place I know that does foam parties, the dock, which is closed down. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun. They had this big thing in the middle of the dance floor, and it was like the dance floor was like this entire room, and it just like put down like this giant column of suds that would just fill the entire area, and you just get in the middle of the suds, wiggling around, smacking people because you can't see anything, and it was the best. Jaded had a twink try to get in his pants there one time. That was before I met ya. And then I was
I
the twink that got in his pants.
I had a number of people try and get in my
That
pants
was what the doc was for
and they were
drugs,
all
for
they were
sexual
also
assault.
they were also all in the same night.
Oh,
Like the one night where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and dance by myself for a little bit, and then get people dancing with me, which is like, okay, fine. And then grabbing my junk? No, that's not
No.
allowed.
That was the worst. I love dancing up on people, but like the only thing that you need to be touching is butt and scrot. Like nothing else. No hands. You don't put your hands on people. You just do genitals and booty butt. That's the only way you're allowed to touch. And if you're touching other than genitals and booty butt, then you're
Consent is
doing it
sexy,
wrong. Call the
but consent is
cops.
also sexy.
Well, yes. Well, the point is that you're supposed to be consenting to it.
I was not.
uh, yes. Obviously, consent, but like that's where it's got to be consensual. But I only consent to genitals and butt. Nothing else. Don't touch me with your hands. Do not dare kiss me. Genitals and butt only. Get all this out of our system before we get on TikTok. Feeling eyeshadow and eye makeup really suits me. I wanted to try something different, so I wanted to do like really upswept makeup. Like I wanted to keep my eyebrows really short and just make everything go up. And I did that with my eyeliner. And then as soon as I did that, everything went downhill. And nothing went to plan after that. I did the eyeliner and then everything went crazy. But you know what? It worked. Gothy Kindle, Gothy Kindle, Gothy Kindle. JJ emits tall, dark, and handsome, quiet, strong energy. Oh, look at you. You are most of those things.
Maybe.
Well, you're not very dark.
I'm,
You're pale as fudge. Well, fudge is pretty dark, actually, so that was the
I'm,
wrong. You're pale as white
I'm
fudge.
I'm quiet.
That's like,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll give
you're
that.
not strong. You're very cute and handsome, though. So cute and handsome. All the drag queens say so.
Mm.
Jaded's been hit on by so many famous drag queens. Uh, you're welcome, by the
Sure,
way. They hit on you
sure,
because
that's
of
what we'll
me.
say. We'll say
Leave
that they hit on
Casper
me.
alone. We are leaving manslaughter alone. Oh, and don't keep me on the herpes to yourself. Yes, exactly. Keep the mono and herpes to yourself. I definitely read that as mono first. And I was like, what's mono? We've been watching too much anime lately. Also, I've been playing Infinity Nikki with Momo, who I absolutely love. I love Momo so much. Uh, love you too. I was kind of hoping Uzi would pop in so that we could have a quick little gab. How's the game? It's going pretty good. I've been playing it a whole lot lately. Like pretty much, I stay up all night playing it for the last 3 or 4 nights. I'm uh I'm a little annoyed with how slow it is to gather some of the materials. Like I have so many materials that require doing the Boldy boss thing, but you only get 5 per and I need like 500. So it's definitely gives me some grinding to do, but it's been pretty fun. You played it too, Mithy, right? Oh, gosh, little snottle. Ooh,
Wouldn't be a faucet stream without a little bit of leaking.
I know, right? Since last we spoke, I started planning a new number as a scene kick dragalesque number. Still trying to find a good song, but everything else goes hard. Wait, how do you have the number without the song? I feel like the song is like where I start with everything. Yes, but you got sidetracked. It is so easy. I've been trying to force myself to do the main storyline because I just explore everything. And then I don't have the storyline, so I haven't unlocked the outfits to actually like do some of the stuff. It's been wild. Okay. I was going to do a little gabbing, but I'm trying to wait till we get all three of us together so that I can tell y'all some tea, but it's not that interesting of tea. So I'm going to make you wait. That's how it works, right? If I build up the suspense, it'll be more interesting. Had a song, but don't know if you want to change it or not. What song were you thinking? Oh my gosh, my little nose.
Ooh, I don't want to call people out, but we may be here.
Oh, calling him out. I think I told you all that I had another D&D group fall apart, and I was going to tell y'all what happened. Uzi! It is an Uzi. Called out. Jada did it. Every Go by Hollywood Undead. I'm not familiar with that song, but I feel like I need to be. So I also made a TikTok about this, but since everyone's here, at least for a minute. So I told you all that I was in a group, and I'm pretty sure I've told you all that group fell apart, and it was so fun. You want to hear how fun it was? Um, so I told you all about one of the people in that group kind of saying that my character was like insecure and gave me this song that was like my character is like a what was it? Like a 10-cent copy of a better person and all that crap. And like I told them that like that was rude and they kind of gaslit me a little bit. Well, that person decided to disband the group, decided to leave the group and started what got all of us to leave. But I was asleep, so I didn't actually get to leave. I just got kicked. So that's exciting. But so this last game that we played, surprise, surprise, it did not go as planned. Um, my character was all about like we were exploring this new world, and I was like, "Hey, at session 0, we're not doing genocide, right? That's a no-no. We're not going to be doing any of that. We're not going to be doing any like mass murdering. We're not going to be having any of those issues." And everyone's like, "Yeah, definitely, no, we're not going to do that." Well, guess what they all did? They all started murdering all the humanoids on the freaking thing. They started murdering everyone, and like I'm like, okay, well, that's not what I really wanted to do, and I expressed this multiple times that that's not what I wanted to do. And then after the game, one of the people says that they didn't like that this was like a colonizing genocide storyline, and so they left. And I'm like, you realize the players are the ones that did that, right? You, you, and everyone else in the group, you realize y'all are the ones that did the genocide? You can't go and be like, DM, you have too much genocide in your story when the players are the ones doing it. So yeah, they left. My suspicion is that they actually didn't care about the genocide, which is really screwed up. But there was a moment in the story where their character had like a French accent, and they were talking to one of the NPCs, and the DM did not understand the character accent, and they didn't say that over table. They had it be like the character didn't understand the accent. So the person got really upset and said that, oh, the character's racist, doesn't understand my accent, they're racist and xenophobic. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of problematic. Maybe if you don't understand something, you should talk above table. But I'm pretty sure that slight misunderstanding of the DM not just telling the person that they couldn't understand the accent. Like, me and Jaded had this issue. The orc accent Jaded was using on like session 1 or 2, I was like, I can't understand what you're saying. And then
Mm.
we fixed it. And it's like that's all that had to happen, but this person goes and commits genocide in the game and then blames the DM, and I'm pretty sure it's because the DM couldn't understand their character accent. And like that's wild. I'm so happy that it's over though. I hated that person, and it is very fitting that they're the one that like decided to leave first. I was wanting to leave, but I was asleep. By the time I woke up the next morning, everyone had left, and I was booted from the server. Like the server was completely deleted and everything. And so I'm like, well, that was fun. I love that I have a little D&D horror story already. We made it 2 sessions in.
Did you write to Crispy?
I did not write to Crispy. Part of me wants to start doing horror story and other D&D content. I was thinking last night about how I want to try to put together a YouTube like channel, try to actually do YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know. insecure and more like anxious Virgo. Exactly. Like my character was anxious and was socially awkward. Like that's what I was making my character about, but they read it as insecure and I'm like, "No, but whatever." Mercury and Virgo being in the microwave probably helped definitely. They microwave that Virgo so hard. Can you start a podcast where you spell D&D drama? I would love to hear the story time. Yeah, I feel like my problem is I need a script and I need another person. I would love to do a podcast kind of vibe with another person. I mean, I can't even do the solo campaign alone. I have Jada just sitting there with me. Hey, Jada, my
Hey.
reading bitch. But
And
yeah,
even that
it's.
campaign, the DM makes a trip.
Ugh. But yeah, I'm I do have one. Well, I guess technically I have two groups that I'm still in. One of them hasn't met in like 3 or 4 weeks. Uh, and then the other one is having session 0 tomorrow. So I do have a couple other groups that I'm playing with, but I'm kind of not looking at any new groups at the moment. I'm so stressed out by how awful it has been trying to find a group that I'm like, maybe we'll just focus on Mondays and get to learn a little bit more before we get all crazy. I mean, you need to make a podcast like we've talked about. Yes. Yes. I need to figure out how to like follow a script because I feel like if I just talk in like a stream of consciousness, I can sometimes make something that's moderately coherent. But if you sit here and watch me try to read off a script, it is so bad. It is so bad. I've probably woken up jaded trying to film a 1 minute long TikTok of being like, and that went, and that, and that was, and that was. I get like
Even if
two words in, and I have to restart. It's so annoying.
even if you wake me up, I don't remember, so it's
That's
fine.
good. But yeah, are you all ready to get started? Yes! Okay, good. I'm glad we're all ready to get started. Now that we're not doing any more provocative things, now we're on TikTok too. Let's get started. Uh, so where were we at? We had at the end of the last session, we were at the temple. I forget what exactly the name of the temple was. Oh, I forgot to pull up my notes again. We were at a temple and it was where Selene was, the sun cleric. She was telling us the history about how there has to be at least one person from the order um, at this temple, otherwise the unalived will come up from the ground and eat people, I guess. So we learned about that, and now we're heading to see the body that is at the mausoleum, the
Uh,
mortuary, the mausoleum,
Looks like at least the cemetery.
the cemetery. Okay, so that's just sitting out in a grave or something. So now we gotta go look at that unalived body. Unalived body. Let's see. Also, we learned Solane was in love with Tomlin, but went for a trip. And when Tomlin got back, when Solane got back, Tomlin was engaged to Maybelline, our unalived woman. Um, so Tomlin left her, and she seems fine with it. She seems chill. She's not that upset, maybe. Or maybe she unalived Maybelline. Who knows? Let's find out. Jaded, where we at?
Let's see here. So, following Selene's directions, you enter the cemetery from the north. With a bright morning sun streaming across the whole graveyard, the hard edges of headstones are limned with golden light. Flagstone paved paths wind between rows of graves covered with green grass. From what you can see, the mausoleum, look at you, it was a mausoleum,
I love 'em.
stands in the center of the graveyard. Built of the same light colored stone as the temple, It stands vigil over the more varied headstones and monuments that mark individual resting places. Flowers in various stages of freshness dot headstones and plots throughout the cemetery, with a larger, fresher collection on the mausoleum steps. Off to the left, you see one of the graves is disturbed in a strange eruption of deep black earth. It doesn't look like a grave that's been dug, but you can't tell from here what it is. You can either look at the dug up grave, or if you want to get straight to Maybelline's body, you can go to the mausoleum.
Let's look at the dug up grave, but I'm confused why it says that you see a dug up grave, but it doesn't look dug up. What?
Well, well, it says like in a strange eruption of deep black earth, so it doesn't necessarily look
Okay.
like someone was
So not dug up, but
digging.
it's like a hole. Somehow holes happen. You know what? Holes happen every day.
You heard it here first, everybody. All right, so you're gonna look at the dug up grave.
Yeah, let's look at that dirty hole.
Ooh. All right. As you approach, you see the earth was hastily dug up, but from underneath. Poking up through the earth and bits of rotted casket, you can see a skeleton frozen in what seems like an attempt to free itself from the earth and reach the sky. It's still, but its skull is cracked and sits at a lopsided angle. Based on the amount of decomposition in the headstone, this person has been dead for decades. However, besides the fact that the skeleton is half hanging out of a mound of fresh black earth, bits of thin wooden dirt on the skeleton's fingers indicate that it dug its way out. It seems these remains had at least a brief respite from being fully dead. Whatever magic reanimated the skeleton is gone, however. There's a large crack in its skull and a broken piece of paving stone nearby, half buried in the unusually dark soil, as if someone threw the flat stone a second time. Though odd, you can't see anything threatening about the disturbed grave. It's time to do what you came for and examine Maybelline's body.
Oh, that's it? I don't get to do a. Okay.
That's it.
Dang. Fine, let's go look at this unalived body. Not that I have, like, detect. Oh, should have switched my spells around. I keep forgetting when I do a long rest I can switch my spells. I have all these offensive spells, and
Mm,
I probably need more RP spells. Okay, we're gonna keep these offensive spells for now. I'm gonna be prepared when those unalived bodies come out for us.
yes. The mausoleum is a stone structure with a large white limestone altar in the middle of the room. There are no windows, but it is lit with three recessed orbs set into the ceiling, casting bright light throughout the structure. The body of a young woman is lying on the white slab. Even at this distance, you can see deep gouges across the woman's face, neck, and forearms. She clutches a ragged bouquet of pink flowers in her hands. A white sheet, presumably used to cover the body, is lying on the ground at the base of the altar. You freeze as the body slowly turns its mangled face to look at you. With a snarl, Maybelline's corpse sits up from the altar and begins to stagger toward you.
Okay.
Uh, you can't let this creature get loose in the town, so
No.
you ready yourself to meet it in battle. The undead creature drops a bouquet of flowers as it reaches for you. And go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay, Maybelline, we're about to put you back down. Well, I'll probably lose this initiative, but a 14.
Let's see here. And all right, so you go first.
Huh! I actually won initiative. Screw you, Maybelline. Okay, so oh gosh. I feel like I should just keep on the track of guiding bolt and then smacking it. So I'm gonna do a guiding bolt. Um, +4, and I rolled a 19, so that is a 23. Ooh, since I already
Plus,
rolled, I'm gonna save that bless for my next one. But it looks like I got a 23 to hit.
okay, and indeed you do hit.
I know. Okay, so
I
I
don't know,
hit
maybe
it.
this is a
So
super powerful zombie.
what?
Maybe it's a super powerful zombie.
I don't imagine so. She wasn't powerful in life. I don't think she'll be powerful in unlife. So 4d6. I roll 15 radiant damage. Does it say if it's weak to radiant?
It does not mention
Oh,
that.
come on. It's unalived. It's unalived. Radiant should hit it extra hard. Okay, so I hit it for 15 radiant damage.
You said for 15 radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here. You basically lopped off, I don't know. You lopped off something.
Oh my gosh, I lopped off a tit.
Yes, you just did a mastectomy on this zombie.
I'm helping it.
Let's see here.
So why'd I lop something off? Does that mean that I...
Well, you did a lot of damage.
Oh, I did a lot. Okay, you can just say I did a lot of damage. So
Okay,
since we determined that I gave it a mastectomy, I'm just going to guiding bolt a hole right through its chest.
okay.
But since it's a zombie, it's unalived. I didn't get its head, so it's not down yet.
Yes, so and now looking a little miffed, Maybelline attempts to slam you.
Ooh.
So let's see here. Rolled a 19 on.
Oh gosh. Okay, I only have a 15, so it hit.
Okay. I'm just double checking to make sure that there's not. Okay, +3 to hit. So yep. Let's see here. Then need to do the damage.
What kind of damage we running with?
And
Watch it
let's see
lop
here.
off a hole into my chest.
It does 4 bludgeoning damage to you.
Eat farts. Only 4. Only 4. Okay, I'm doing good then.
Yes. By the way, it just a question for you. So it has saving throws. It's wisdom +0.
Hmm.
Is that something I need to take into account for this battle? I don't think so, but
Only if I do something that. So it's per spell on if we have to pay attention to saving throws. Uh, so like if it would have been Sacred Flame, for example, they have to make a Dexterity 12 saving throw rather than me doing an attack roll. The some spells are attack rolls, some are saving throws.
okay.
Okay,
Hey,
so it smacked me a little bit. It slammed my little body, my tiny little halfling body. So then, does it have any other things that it's going to do?
I don't think it had any like extra turns or anything, so
Okay, then I am going to use this bless, but also my guiding bolt gives me advantage. So I'm going to roll a. Ooh, do I want a mace attack or do I want a dagger attack? Dagger's weaker. Um, yeah, the dagger was weaker, so I'm not gonna do a dagger attack. I'm gonna do a mace attack. See if I can bludgeon that head. Okay, I got uh, 18 and a 5. Okay, so an 18 plus actually do I need to do I'm gonna do a plus anyway, just because I got given bless, so we'll see what it is. Okay, an 18 plus 3, so a 21. Does it hit? Oh yeah, it does.
it does hit, yes.
Okay. Let me roll my attack. Okay, I got a 5 plus 2, a 7. So I smack it with 7, aiming for the head. Do I get it? Do I get it? Do I smash
Right.
its little noggin?
It had exactly 7 health points, so tell me how you unalive unalive
I
this creature.
unalive this mangled bitch. But I love that. I think you can say the B word, but you can't say other dumber words. Okay, so I go and she slams me. She slams me against the wall, and then I get up, push her back with my shield. I take my mace, and I fully just dent it right into her skull. She thought she was mangled before. She is completely unrecognizable. Smashed brains in. I win.
All right. By the way, for the record, on the had an armor class of 8, so yeah,
An
you definitely
8? Oh gosh.
yes.
Okay, I was rolling like 20s for my hits, so it didn't have a chance for dots in my head.
Okay, so let's see here. You reduce the zombie to 0 HP, so we're gonna go to this thing. Maybelline's corpse rolls a Constitution saving throw against uh, DC 5 plus the last damage you dealt.
Wait, what?
Uh,
It rolls a Constitution save that's DC 5 plus the last damage I dealt. So that'd be 5 plus
okay.
7, a DC of 12.
Okay, so I need to roll a D20, is that right? To
Yep. And
okay.
use its saving throw, so it's Constitution saving throw modifier.
Okay, I'm of course now that I've 1 second.
Oh, good.
So let's see here. Constitution, it looks like it's just a +0, so
Huh. No Constitution.
nothing to keep in mind. All right, so let's see.
Okay, so you got to get a 12
So,
or higher on the die.
so Maybelline rolled a 16.
Oh
Uh,
no! What's gonna happen? Did I
okay,
not miss the? Did I miss the
okay.
brain?
But it says if you are a divine spellcaster,
I am.
you can you can expend a spell slot to make the zombie automatically fail its save.
Ooh. Well, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen, so I'm not going to do that. Plus, I only have a few spell slots. I might need a lot more. Yeah, I only got 3 spell slots, so or 2 spell slots. So I'm going to save my spell slots. I'm going to let it survive. I'm going to let it survive. I'm going to see what Maybelline's up to.
Okay, so if it passes, it drops to 1 HP instead, and we're back into battle. And it is going to see if it does anything to you. So I rolled a
That's not fun.
13.
Can I use my spell slot to? No, I'll just hit it next. I'll just hit it in a minute.
Okay, so it rolled a 13.
It did not hit.
Okay,
Maybe
so
maybe I just knocked out its eyeball or something, and so it can't see me, and it's like swinging around. Okay, good, 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 good. Now I'm gonna hit it again. We're just gonna hit it with the mace, and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. I thought it was a 5 for a second. A 22.
okay,
Uh,
so it
and then I hit it with a 6. So now I go and like just pound it into its head a few times. Did I finally smash the brains?
all right, so you did 6 damage,
Yes.
right? Okay, so DC 5 plus the last damage you dealt is 11.
Wait, it does it every time?
It has me go back to this page and says the same thing.
Oh my gosh!
So it was a 17, which means that if depending upon if you want to expend a spell slot, the zombie is going to get back up. Maybelline's going to
No,
get
we're gonna
back up.
keep going. I
We're going
do
to keep
not want to
going.
waste my spell slot. I only have 2 spell slots, and I don't know what else we're going to have. And I have a decent AC. Come on, come at me. Maybe I knocked out the other eye. Get another miss. Come on.
All right, 12.
Ha!
Oh,
Missed
sorry.
again. I wait. What?
Sorry. Oh, real quick. I forgot about the +3 to hit, so that would be a 15.
Still missed.
Okay.
Haha. So I've probably like bludgeoned both of the eyeballs a good bit. Okay, let's see. Hit. What? This is the highest I can hit. I'm like, if I guiding bolted, I'd probably be fine because then it would have to roll like over a 20 probably. But the problem with that is that's taking my spell slot. I can just make it fail anyway. Oh gosh. A 6.
A
So I
6.
missed too.
Okay. You miss.
It's flailing
Uh,
around so much I can't get it. I'm just a tiny little halfling. My arms are very short. Okay, you know what?
all
No,
right.
we're gonna do this one more time. No one in
All right.
chat has said to use a spell slot, so we're gonna do it one more time. Let's go for another round. Come on.
So, rolled an 18 plus 3, so that's 21. Does she hit?
Yeah.
All right. So, gonna go ahead and roll this 1d6. Okay, and got a 4 plus 1, so that's does 5 bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay, now I'm at half health. Uh, Okay, so I guess I just gotta keep smacking this thing until it. Oh my god, a 7. I missed. Right?
You
You said it
missed?
was an 8.
Yes,
I
or
like
faster
that
than eight.
now. I'm like, I can't hit it. It's just flailing around too frenzied for me to be able to get. Well, this is a fun. This is a fun combat, y'all, right? This is fun.
And to keep that fun combat going, you both just don't know how to hit each other, and Maybelline misses you.
Yay. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh my god. A 7 again. Somebody give me a bless or a.
All right.
Okay. Well, I miss again.
So she rolled a 15 plus 3, so
I have a
that's
plus
18.
4 and I'm getting 6s and 7s. I'm rolling
Hold
2s
on.
and 3s every turn.
Oh, but yeah, so I'm assuming an 18 hits.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Ooh, rolled a 6 plus 1, so that's 7
Oh
damage.
god. Okay. Okay. I rolled an 8. What is with
Uh,
these dice? You said it was an 8 AC, right?
yes, it's an
Okay, so
8
I hit this
AC.
time. Finally, all I gotta do is hit a 1. Okay, I hit it with a 7.
You hit it with a 7?
Yes, and it's unalived. And then me, I was over here like, oh, my poor little spell slots. Oh, I'm going to be at 0 spell slots because I'm making it freaking fail. It's going to freaking
Okay,
fail coming back now. So I'm using my spell slot, and I'm also going to use healing word on myself.
okay.
Wait, I can't use healing word. I gotta use cure wounds on myself. Wait, no. What one is the? Oh, I can't remember. I think healing word is the action. Oh no, healing word was the one I meant. Okay, there's bonus action. Okay, I guess I'll healing word myself since I'm slowly unaliving. I got some of my health back. Okay, let's move on.
All right, gain inspiration.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I should have used inspiration on one of my hits.
You defeat the undead creature, and what remains of it falls to the ground, lifeless once again. You can now examine the corpse for injuries you did not cause, or go back to the temple to let Solane know what you found.
I'm going to look at its mushed up body and probably mush it up even more. You thought it was mangled before. Now its head is like fully pummeled from every side of me trying to unalive this thing. And then finally just smiting it. Oh
All
god.
right. Besides the wounds you've inflicted, the body seems to have been mauled by a wild animal.
Oh my.
The claw, the claw marks are broad and deep, not what you would expect from bony claws, or even most beasts of the forest. There's a rage to the pattern of claw marks as well, with many crisscrossing and seemingly at random. There's also the bouquet of pink flowers with a tag that the creature discarded that you can examine, or you can go back to the temple to speak with Solane. So, do you want to take a look at that pink bouquet?
Yeah, let's look at that bucket.
Okay, it's a bouquet.
Oh my gosh. And it's pink.
It's a bouquet of daisies accented with pretty pink flowers,
Oh.
but they're the only ones here in the mausoleum. You check the tag, and it simply reads, "Rest well, Maybelline." It's signed by Tomlin, the herbalist. The flowers are crushed and broken, the only ones that the zombie picked up from outside the mausoleum. With all the information you've collected, you need to go back to the temple and let her know what's happening.
Okay,
So,
let's go back to the temple.
okay. Solane is surprisingly still in the front entry hall. She's staring up at a tapestry showing holy warriors radiating sunbeams, destroying an army of skeletons. She jumps and stifles a shriek when you rush into the temple's entry hall.
Does she?
She does.
How? How's that sound?
So, you're back.
I like that the audio barely, it like kind of cut out in here, but I could hear you. I could hear you from the other room.
You're back? So soon, I mean.
My
What
neck,
did you
my
learn?
and my crack.
Oh. What did you learn? You tell her what you just saw,
I
and
just
that you.
saw that Maybelline hoe get her head smashed in 12 times and not frickin' unalive. And then I missed her a whole bunch of times. I mean, I tell her what I saw.
And then you had to kill. You had to unalive poor Maybelline a second time,
Yes. Well, like a
and a
second and a
third, and a
third.
fourth.
Yeah, I had to unalive her many a time. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's just freaking annoying.
Uh, It shouldn't be possible, Celine whispers over and over as she clutches her holy symbol. She ignores you, and the silence stretches into an awkward length of time. You can interrupt her reverie, wait for her to snap out of it,
Snap out of it.
or you can just leave.
I'm going to interrupt her and tell her to snap out of it.
Okay.
Oh.
Your voice startles Selene, and she stares at you in deadpan horror. The dead shouldn't be rising. They can't. Not while not while there's a member of the Radiant Order in the temple. You tell her that the mayor needs to know so that Langston can be protected. Of course, yes, Solane says, still staring off into the middle distance. If you would, please, let the mayor know. That would be very helpful. You open your mouth to ask if Solane is alright, but she cuts you off.
Rude.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, I need to return to the library, and you need to speak to the mayor. Thank you so much.
Dang, she's
Alone in the
shooing me out of here.
yes, she is. Alone in the silence of the temple's entry hall, there's nothing more for you to do but return to the mayor at town hall.
Okay, we return to the mayor at Town Hall.
You leave Solane anxiously talking to herself at the temple and hurry back to town hall. The mayor's aide greets you at the door and escorts you to her office. And I have no idea what voices I've used so far, so we're just going to give them new voices each
Give them new
time.
voices.
You learn anything new? She
Is that
says.
the mayor?
No, this is the aide.
Okay, I was like, that's how you picture a half-orc speaking? That's different. Raised
No,
by
it's
gnomes. Very Gorgon coded.
yes. Uh, did you learn anything new? She says, instead of a greeting, as she is writing some document with an ink pen. You let her know that Maybelline's corpse rose to attack you.
I let her know that Maybelline's corpse rose to attack me.
The mayor sets down her pen and gives you her whole attention. You explain everything you saw in the cemetery. So, can you explain it for us?
I saw. Oh gosh, no, that wasn't it. Oh yeah, when I got to the cemetery, I saw a hole. There was a hole that didn't belong in there, and then there was a dead body, as y'all British people might say, a dead body.
An
And then I
unalive body.
unalived Maybelline like 12 times. That beach just didn't do it right. Mangled her up real good, but I'm a master little brainson. Haha.
That shouldn't be possible, blurts the aide in the first real emotion you've
Oh no,
seen.
brains can very easily be turned into mashed potatoes. Trust.
Uh, maybe that for the last line of dialogue was the mayor. It wasn't very clear. Because now it's because that said she says, but now it's he says. Um,
Wait,
so they just have a very high voice.
yes.
Um, so that shouldn't be possible. The temple and its cleric are meant to protect the town. Is the magic fading? What of Selene? What is
Selene
she
kind of
doing
sucks at
about
her
it?
job. Selene needs to be replaced.
You say that. You left her in the temple, and it's not clear what she will do next. Uh, Compose yourself, the mayor says to her aide before addressing you. With this new threat, we must complete the murder investigations. The mayor orders the aide to call up the militia to patrol the graveyard, especially at night, and draw up a proclamation announcing the accusation of Maybelline's murderer. First Maybelline,
Wait,
and
does that mean
now
that
this.
I'm
Or,
Maybelline's unaliver?
I mean, now you are.
He actually
No,
wasn't
you're.
unalived to begin with. He was actually just very mangled and was finally recovering. And then I go and I mashed potato her brains.
Good job.
The end! I found me! Come find me!
First Maybelline, and now this. The aide mumbles as he leaves the office. Maybe it's time to go to school in the city like Mother wants. We could use your help patrolling the streets tonight, the mayor says.
Mine, I
If
assume? Because I'm like, the other person's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. And she's like, we can use you being on the front lines. And he's like, I heard about your bandits. I know what happens to people that work under you. I'm not sticking around for that. Okay, sorry.
let's see. If you can manage after your ordeal today, you can get some rest or go on patrol with the militia.
I need
Or
some rest. I have used up all my spell slots, and I might be a martial cleric, but I am a cute little cleric that needs my little heal source. Oh, yeah, and I'm at half health, so I'm gonna go rest. Let's go rest, everybody.
okay,
Y'all ready to rest?
you're gonna rest.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. You
Cross your
have a
fingers for a
meal
long
and
rest. Cross your fingers for a long rest.
you have a meal and turn in for the night. Your rest is interrupted by one or more wolves howling in the distance.
No, it's not. I sleep very hard.
But it is just the regular sound of the forest, and you quickly settle back in for the rest of the night. Gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah. Okay. Long rest. So get my health points back, and I get my spell slots back. Yay! Okay, I'm all good. We're good. I didn't almost get unalived by an 8 AC zombie that I could not hit. That I missed 3 times.
All right, there is no breakfast delivered to your door, and you go downstairs to find the mayor
These
sitting at
bitches are
one of the
really slacking on their
tables.
job. Is there a continental breakfast at least? Can I grab like a bagel?
I don't know. We will have to see. And you go downstairs to find the mayor sitting at one of the tables in the tavern's common room.
But
Um,
do I see a bagel? I'm rolling perception. Do I see a bagel? Where's perception? Oh, nearly rolled the wrong thing. Oh god. A 13. Can I spot a bagel with a 13?
Indeed, you do spot a bagel because a tray of food is waiting for you on one of the tables across from the mayor, who is calmly waiting with hands folded and a cup of tea steaming at her elbow.
Oh, I love elbow tea. That got you. Did that tickle your funny bone?
Yeah,
Which is
it
also
did.
related to your elbow, I guess. Right? Isn't it? Okay, tell me about this bagel and what the mayor has going on with them. Does it have cream cheese? Do I have to roll to see if there's cream? Just kidding. I'm not rolling anymore.
You see an everything bagel with cream cheese, although it looks like it's been sitting out for a little bit, so it's kind of like
Warm
melted
and
into the
melty
bagel a little
cream
bit.
cheese. Oh, it's already on the bagel. Am I stealing someone
Yep.
else's bagel?
No, it is yours. They just did it for you.
How they know how I like my bagels? I probably told them.
You are the
If you know
hero
anything about
who
me, it's how I like my bagels.
you are the hero that smushed in the brains of the unalived lady.
The hero that's smushed in the brains of a young woman, an innocent young woman. As far as we know, she might not be that innocent. I'm not that innocent.
Okay, you sit down to eat, and her face tightens in what you assume is her smile. Today, You will make the accusation, she says. The whole town is likely to attend. We will do it in the town square. You acknowledge that you are ready to accuse someone of unaliving Maybelline.
I am?
Apparently,
What?
apparently you're ready to accuse.
I mean, I'm not that worried about the consequences. I'm not gonna get hanged. Uh, okay, I guess I'm ready to accuse. What? Put down in the chat who the hell we're accusing.
Is it Tomlin?
It,
Is it Maybelline herself?
it was Maybelline mangling herself.
Is it Roy? Is it
Roy Thunderhammer.
Solane?
Solane Sun Cleric.
Is it the mayor?
Is it the mayor?
Is it the bandits who had like
Are
Horace
these
and
actually
Titch?
the people that we can pick?
Oh, I don't know. I was just trying
Okay,
to
I thought
remember
it
names
looked
that we
like you were
encountered.
reading something for a minute, and I'm like, oh, are you actually gonna tell me the things I could pick from? Okay, let's get to let's
Okay.
move on.
She sits with you as you both finish your morning meal and then escorts you to the town hall. Since you helped the mayor rid the town of Horace and Titch, the silence remains, but now it's taken on companionable quality, lacking any previous awkwardness. The mayor nods and then says, with the added threat of the undead, we must resolve the murder investigation quickly. My aide will make himself available to you, or if you need to visit the general store, this will be your last chance before the town gathers. After this point, you may now visit the general store. Continue from here when you are ready. Do you want to visit the general store?
Let me double check what the general store has real quick. Does the general store have healing pots? Can you pull that up easily,
Mm,
or
I mean, I might lose my spot,
don't
but
worry about it. I just gotta pull up on another screen real quick.
okay.
Google Drive, Google Drive, drive me to where all the Googles are. Google Drive. Okay, Wolves of Langston Solo Adventure. The thing's at the end somewhere. It's one of the last pages. Um, are y'all ready for a shopping spree? Shopping spree at the general store? Okay, let's see. There's anti antitoxin, potion of healing, 25 gold. Alchemist supplies, cooking utensils, arrows, dagar, shortball, wheatstone. Oh, there's so many different things, but I'm like, do I just want to get like a entire pack of however many healing potions I can hold? Where's my inventory? Inventory. I have 97 gold, so I have enough for 3 healing potions. Maybe I'll do 2 healing potions and an antitoxin, if I can figure out what an antitoxin is. Antitoxin. Okay, antitoxin. As a bonus
Okay.
action, you can drink a vial of antitoxin to gain advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the poisoned condition. I'm less worried about that. We're just going to get 3 healing potions. Oop,
Okay.
if
And
I
go
can
ahead
spell it.
and give me a charisma check.
I like that you're telling me to go ahead and give you a charisma check while I'm the one that's like actively doing something.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
uh, okay. Hopefully this doesn't exit out what I'm doing. What kind of
But
charisma am I
yeah.
doing? Just a flat charisma, persuasion,
Uh,
intimidation.
persuasion.
Okay. Only a 10.
Only a 10.
Yep.
Okay. You tried to get the general store manager to throw in an extra potion for you, but
Oh, look at
uh,
you. You're so
they
nice.
didn't budge.
I'm gonna just do 2 healing potions. Add to backpack. Then I gotta take my gold down by 50. Okay. I got some healing potions, so if I run out of my spells again, we'll be good. What we got next? Where are we going after this?
Okay. Um, I will take my leave now, she says, I think the mayor, and my aide will prepare the documents you require to accuse and the killer without my presence. Good luck, adventurer.
Without their presence, are they trying to run
Hmm,
away? They trying to get out of here? Maybe they are
maybe
the unaliver.
they could be. All right, one sec.
That
Sorry about that.
was hot.
All right, once you're
Rawr.
ready, the aide will accompany you outside to the town
Let's go to
square.
the aid, to the town square to accuse somebody with not enough information.
It does feel really weird. I wonder if somehow managed to skip something with
Maybe, but
choices.
I feel like we went for just about everything.
I thought so too, other than like the patrol that night.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. What we got?
Okay. You emerge from town hall to get to a gathered crowd. It seems like the whole town has arrived and surrounded the entrance, waiting for you to deliver the results of your investigation. Most of the townfolk are unknown to you, but you were able to pick out a few who you had spoken to over the past few days. The aide has set up a small table with a single document, a quill, and an ink pot. He lists the document and starts to read out a formal accusation for the unaliving of Maybelline, a citizen in good standing of Langston. It details the circumstances of her life and unalivement in some jumbled legalese, so you turn your attention to the people gathered in front, most of whom are the common folk who you haven't had a chance to meet yet. Toward the front of the crowd, however, you can also see the now familiar faces of Tomlin, Roy, Solane, and Mayor Anathram. Accompanying the mayor, you see a few militia members standing at ease, but with long clubs hanging at their belts. Uh, Tomlin is standing at relative ease, an attractive young woman standing close enough to him to touch, but barely not doing so. Roy smiles at you as you emerge, his nose and cheeks still ruddy with his illness, but his eyes bright and clear. Solane stands alone in the crowd, her white robes a stark contrast to the homespun clothing of most of the townsfolk, and her face is drawn with apparent exhaustion. Marinathram, or Tanya the Wolf of the Road, as you know her to be, stands as rigid and imposing as ever, but she graces you with a nod nonetheless. Her aide steps in front of you to address the crowd. These are trying times for Langston, and you are all afraid. Maybelline's death was tragic, and she was taken long before her time. And while she is now beyond our reach, we can still get justice for her unalivement. The aide turns to you as he dips the quill in the ink. You feel the eyes of the entire town bear down on you, as well as the writing tool hovers over the document. Who unalived Maybelline? The aide asks with finality. Do you want to accuse Tomlin the herbalist, Roy the druid, Solane the cleric, or Tanya the wolf of the road?
I don't know. Part of me feels like Tomlin's the shadiest of everyone. What are you thinking? Tomlin definitely has the shadiest stuff.
Although, I mean, Tanya the wolf of the road, like
It says
the
wolf.
town,
It says
the
wolf
town,
in the name.
that's wolf in the name. But I mean, she's been lying to the town like ever since she arrived.
Yeah, my
So
biggest thing
that's
with
pretty shitty
her
too.
is that she's the one that had us. Like, why would she do this if she was the one that did it? She could have
If
just
there's a
like
suspicion
brushed
off of
it.
her,
She could have just brushed it underneath the. But if she's the one in control and nobody else in the town is looking into it, she could have just brushed it under the rug and moved on. I feel like
uh,
Roy seems the least likely. The Wolf of the Road. Wolf is in her name, but I feel like she's like second least likely just because for me, I just don't think it makes sense for this entire storyline if she was the one that both hired us and did the crime. And we never really had a situation where we were like at risk, where she like trapped us, where we were like trapped or anything. Otherwise, I think that that would have made sense. Though she did send us for the bandits, but the bandits came after her instead. but Solane is also feeling kind of shady, and also since the unalived are coming back, and I assume she has the control of the unalived, and she didn't want us to go to the body. Um, she's kind of shady. Where if she was still a cleric of the sun and a member of the order, the stuff shouldn't be happening. But maybe she's no longer a cleric of the order, and she's the one doing this stuff, and that's why it's happening, even though she's there. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Who would you pick?
I don't want to influence you. This is Tiffany's choice.
Jaded,
So
you don't
Tiffany
have
has.
any more information than I do. You are chat at this moment.
Okay, for me at this moment, I kind of want to go with Selene. I would guess that maybe she got bit and became a werewolf while she was away.
Traveling, yeah.
Yeah, while she was traveling. When she came back, like she has motive because Tomlin was,
Stole her man. Maybelline
yes,
stole her man.
because she's a werewolf. I think that probably voids her like being a cleric and like
Oh, that
keeping the
could.
undead at bay. Um, So there was that skeleton that was digging its way out, um, but didn't manage to do so. And then there was Maybelline, who was an unalived. So
Yeah, and I don't think anyone else has had like all the shady stuff's happening around the temple and the cemetery, and it hasn't really had anyone else be around those. So I think I agree with you. I think Solane and Tomlin were kind of my top two, but Tomlin I feel like it's the red herring. I feel like he's the red herring to be like, ooh, he's slooting a boot. He's being a little shady, kissing up on all these ladies. But like he might just be an adulterer. So yeah, let's go with
yeah.
Selene. She's not doing her job anyway if undead are coming back. Unalived are coming back.
All right. So let's see here. So you're accusing Selene the cleric.
Yeah, you influenced me.
You're welcome. Uh, oh, I got a kitty cat that's giving me love now.
Oh, rub it in.
You can call for her. I'm sure she'll come and give
Meow.
love.
Meow. Okay,
Or
let's read this.
okay. You declare Solane cleric of the Radiant Order, the unaliver. A,
Yes.
sh- a shocked murmur ripples through the gathered townsfolk. A few, a few people even crying out their disbelief. With pursed lips, welcome back, Uzi.
You
Uh,
see. Okay, so
so,
since you were gone, we went to Maybelline's body. It got reanimated. We mashed its brains into mashed potatoes, and now I guess we're accusing in front of the entire town. Pointing out who we want to accuse, and we decided we are going to accuse Soleil the Sun Cleric. So Jaded's reading. Now we've accused her. The crowd's freaking out. What next?
all right. So a few people even crying out their disbelief. With pursed lips, the aide writes Solane's name onto the document and hands it to you. Add accusation against Solane to your inventory.
Accusation against Soleil to my inventory. We
It's clear.
love accusing religious people of things.
Okay. It's clear the aide also doesn't believe you. Do you have any evidence to back up this claim?
I
You
wasn't
may
asked to
present.
give evidence. I was asked to accuse. If y'all wanted me to have evidence, you shouldn't be putting me on the damn spot right now.
Okay, so you may present evidence you have. If you have the love letter in your inventory, we'll go to one thing.
Oh no, we
Um,
didn't take the love letter. I think that we left it because it was so atrocious.
d- I think that's right. Um, do you have the burnt clothing in your inventory?
Wait, were we able to take it? I didn't remember
I
that being an option.
like. I don't know. Maybe you chose not
I didn't know I was
to
supposed to
go
be
a certain route.
collecting things on this route. Can we chronomancy that I did take it? Because if I would have known that I could have taken it, I did purposefully not take the note. I don't think I knew that I could take the uh, burnt scraps.
Okay. Maybe we'll do some sort of roll, but let me finish through the other stuff real quick. I'm not sure what the silk ribbon is, but if you have a silk ribbon in your inventory, we can go
Silk
to a
ribbon.
certain route.
Did we miss something? What's going on? I don't know about any silk ribbon.
For some
Uh,
reason, I do feel like there was maybe one path you didn't want to explore, and I feel like in her bedroom or
oh, I
something,
didn't go into
you had
her
the
wardrobe. Maybe that's where the
yeah, like I
ribbon would have been.
yeah, I think you originally had the option to go into the wardrobe, but then after you had done other things, it didn't give you that option.
Mm.
So, and then there's the also option of if you have no evidence or do not want to present your evidence, go to 361.
Let's go to 361.
Okay,
We
so
filled your mind with Austin. Yes, very that.
all
Okay, so
right.
we're just going to accuse this cleric that's protecting the entire town with no evidence because I didn't pick up any.
Okay. You announce that you do not have any
I
evidence,
do not have any evidence,
but you are sure that Selene did it.
but I am sure that Selene did it.
Uh, do you expect us to just take your word for it? The aide asks incredulously. A pillar of our community doing something so heinous as. But the adventurer is right. Oh,
Wait, whose voice is that, Roy?
I don't know. I've now discovered whose voice it is. So, but the. Well, I'm sorry. It doesn't say like right ahead of time. So, uh, but the adventurer is right. Everyone turns to Solane, who is now standing straight and alone as people back away from her. The mayor makes a subtle gesture to the two militia members flanking her, and they move cautiously closer to the cleric. It doesn't matter anymore, she says firmly and clearly, and you can see madness in her growing smile. Sensing the danger, the two militia members flanking Solane reach for her just as the cleric doubles over in what seems like excruciating pain. Then, an angry crackling, ripping sound emanates from the slight cleric's body. It bulges and ripples, splitting her white
Ooh,
robes as muscles and fur
Selene.
sprout from her body. Limbs elongate, and her face twists into a bestial muzzle.
Selene. Rippling muscles? Come on, girl.
And through it all, the crowd stands in rapt horror. The only sound is Solene's
She's not a
pained
whore.
laughter.
Tomlin is.
The only sound is Solene's pained laughter, which drops into a guttural snarl.
Yeah.
No, Roy gasps. A werewolf! That was not Roy's voice at all, but it's fine.
It was close. It was close. It was mask voice number 3.
In a moment of blind heroism, the two militia members of on members what? Sorry, I can't read. In a moment of blind heroism, the two militia members to either side of the cleric rush in to try and restrain her, but she rakes them both with her powerful arms, ending in long claws. Both men cry out in
Powerful arms. Ah, Selene.
both men cry out in spurts of blood and fall to the ground. Tomlin's new woman clings to him as the cleric changes and Selene howls with rage. You, she says, pointing at Tomlin. You are now and always will be mine.
Drama.
Uh, she charges at her former lover, teeth bared and saliva streaming. Whatever collective uncertainty held the crowd in place vanishes in the face of all that blood, and the stampede begins. You're buffeted by panicked townspeople blocking your way. Dear gods, no! Tomlin screams, his voice high with fear. Powered by rage and her unnatural strength, Solane snatches him up with a clawed hand as if he weighs nothing more than a rag doll and bounds through the crowd. Through the tumult, you see her leave a trail of fallen townsfolk, most merely knocked to the ground, and she reaches one of the walls of the buildings nearby. She scrabbles one hand up to the roof, her claws leaving long slashes in the whitewash and wood. Reaching the roof, she pauses to let out a long, keening howl before sprinting across the rooftops, moving to the east toward the temple. Arm yourself and go after her, Maranathram yells. She takes over crowd control, directing some citizens away from the danger while calling out to the rally militia members scattered among the throng of panicking townsfolk. Break the curse if you can, Roy calls out, touching a hand to his chest. We'll tend to the wounded. He then drops to the side of the fallen militia members. The druid begins chanting, and his hands glow green as he lays them over the men's wounds. Not hesitating, you sprint off through the streets of Langston toward the temple. You run at your top speed through the empty streets of Langston, sprinting to the southwest toward the temple. Your blood is rushing in your ears, and your lungs are burning as you hope that you're going in the right direction.
Damn, I'm out of shape.
The cobblestones of the street fly past below you, and the walls of the people's homes and businesses loom to either side, framing the morning sky. As you run, however, the sky's blue darkens to the red of an approaching sunset. After making a couple of didn't you just have breakfast?
Yeah. Don't chase after werewolves directly after breakfast. Get all cramped up.
Yeah, then it makes it sunset. You make the
Oh wait,
time fly by.
maybe I slept in.
I guess that could be, and maybe you spent a lot of time at the general store.
Yeah, I love shopping. You know, girl, give me shopping. Okay.
After making a couple of turns almost by instinct, you come to the four-way intersection in front of the mayor's home. You stop to get your bearings and catch your breath. A man's scream, loud and high with terror, pierces the air from straight ahead, then stops suddenly. You renew your pursuit, dashing again towards the southeast. Now, you pass through the cemetery on your way to the temple, and everything there is still quiet. The only movement you can see is a gathering flock of crows or ravens around the courtyard. You're sure you're too late, but you redouble your speed regardless. But your hopes are dashed as soon as you enter the temple courtyard. Tomlin lies dead, or unalived, in a spreading pool of his own blood.
No hope
Dark,
stashed here. That's what you get, Tomlin. Okay, go ahead.
uh, dark birds already preparing to scavenge from the corpse. The morning sun hangs in a sky that seems stained by blood on the ground. I'm so confused. It says the morning sun hangs in a sky,
Yeah, didn't it
but
just say it was evening or something?
yeah, it mentioned like the red
It
of an
is at
approaching
some
sunset.
point of the day currently. Currently, it is at some point of the day, and we are running. We are out of shape. We're out of shape. We're struggling. The sky is not getting darker. Our vision is glazing over because we're like chasing down this werewolf. Let's go. Let's go. Also, Death Beaver, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we're chasing. We don't know what time it is.
Right. Looking
Tomlin kind of brought
around.
it on himself. They know what's up.
So true. Looking around, Solane is nowhere to be found. However, evidence of her passing is visible in the claw marks left on the ground, a trail of blood, and the smashed-in door to the temple. You can either follow Solane into the temple to finish this, or stay back and first examine the murder scene.
I feel like we're not very good detectives. I don't think I'm going to learn anything about the unaliving scene. So we're just going to go in. We're just going to bust in and
Okay.
take out that wolfer, that he wolf.
Okie
Ooh.
doke. You pass through the courtyard and its outdoor altar quickly on your way to the front hall. When you enter the temple, it doesn't have the same sun-drenched charm as the first time you arrived. The red light streaming in the windows gives everything an air of menace, tinging even the shadows with bloody highlights. The tapestries depicting the unalived seem darker, almost as if they're absorbing the light itself and feeding off of it. The main hall where you met Selene on your last visit is also changed. Instead of the sunburst mosaic, there's a spiral staircase bearing the same motifs circling down in the darkness below the temple.
Oh, so the place
Yeah.
where I kept trying to like poke and prod to get into, it's just open now. All of my poking and
Hmm.
prodding didn't help, but at least we
Yep.
knew about it, I guess. Did I fail
Uh,
a roll? I think I passed all my rolls there.
I
I
mean,
feel
you
like I
didn't
must have
get.
failed something somewhere.
I'm assuming that it didn't want you to be able to get down there.
Well, that's where I could have got all the clues. Damn. Okay, let's go. Let's
Okay.
go down in the secret hole. We love a good secret hole.
Though it's possible Selene escaped down one of the corridors, you feel certain that she has instead retreated in the darkness below. You cautiously descend the steps below to find corridors, rough-hewn walls of damp stone, and what seems like animal bones in various stages of decomposition. As you proceed, you find your way lit by the same glowing orbs you saw above ground, so this is clearly part of the original temple. Its purpose in a temple devoted to the sun, however, is unclear. You keep your wits about you as you advance down the corridors, careful at every turn not to become another set of bones on the floor.
I like my bones on the inside.
In the dim light of the magic.
Tomlin liked his bone on the inside too. Of too many different people.
Oh!
Let's go.
In the dim light of the magical illumination, you quickly figure out that while the corridors twist a couple of times, they all lead to the same place, a large chamber where it seems Selene has made a lair for herself.
Okay.
And then there's a nice, pretty picture of the temple.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see the picture.
It's right under page 82.
Page 82. Let's see if I can pull that up. 90s. Right under page 82? I'm on page 82. I don't see any pictures.
Yeah, like
Oh, wait.
page 80.
I'm looking at the PDF page, not the proper page.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can get this. Look at it! Look at that temple! It's all temple-y. Is that it? Oh yeah,
Yep.
there's Tomlin's unalived body! Already being eaten by the crows. How cute. Okay, what we got
There-
next?
when you arrive, the cleric is still in werewolf form and crouching in the center of the room. She stares at her bloodied claws, puffing out canine whines. You approach cautiously, but there's nowhere to hide, so you make no attempt at stealth.
Good.
She notices she
I'm in
notices
heavy
you
armor and I have 0 dex, so I wasn't making an attempt at stealth either way.
she notices you immediately, but doesn't move from where she is. You shouldn't be here, she growls. Go away. You can either try to talk to her or take action to immediately end the threat.
So Death Beaver has a point. Um, in my rations, would they have any chocolate in the rations? Maybe a little dessert with your rations? Do they have dessert rations? Oh, I don't think I have any chocolate. Ah, now we're going to have to wait. What were the options?
You can try to talk to her or take action to immediately end the threat.
Um, let's talk to her. She is a spurned woman. She might have her reasons. We're not going to hold it against her. You know what? Maybelline didn't deserve that, but she also didn't deserve me mashing her brain into potato squash mushy messes. So like, you know what? Sometimes we just do things to people, and sometimes that thing is mangling their body.
Why is
Forgive
this
and
the
let
worst for
live.
faucet leaks? All right,
Motivational inspiration.
So you're gonna try and talk to her.
Let's talk to her. Let's see what she has going on. Because you know what? We're a cleric too. We're both clerics, and I'm not a cleric of the light like she pretended she was. So like maybe I have more in common than I would think. Maybe I want to be a werewolf.
All right, gain inspiration.
Look how inspired I am.
You indicate that you just want to talk.
I
She
indicate that I
narrows,
just want to talk.
she narrows her eyes and a lip curls back from her fangs as she considers your presence. Then she licks her muzzle and relaxes a little. What do you want to know, adventurer? You've at least bought a little time to find out more about Maybelline. Ask her. You can either ask her why she unalived Maybelline or Tomlin, or start from the beginning and find out how she contracted the
I
curse.
don't know why I know why she did the
Um,
other things. I can put two and two together. Let's learn about the curse.
and then one other option. Alternatively, you could assure her that she'll be safe if she comes peacefully.
No.
So, you want to know about the
I
curse?
want to know about the curse.
Okay.
I don't lie.
Okay. It was on my pilgrimage, she
Oh my
says.
gosh, you were right. That's what you said.
Um, I would never. I am the DM. I am impartial.
You're the reader. You're the glorified text to speech.
Uh, okay. Um, I returned to the Radiant Order to report and speak to my mentor, but I was attacked by a wolf one night. I drove it away with holy magic and healed my wounds. It was frightening, but I thought little more of it. When she returned, uh, when she returned to her order's monastery, she fell ill. No one there could help her, but no one thought to assess her for curses. She ran a fever and was delirious. On the next full moon, she changed uncontrollably and blacked out. When she came to, she was bathed in blood in a farmer's field surrounded by mutilated sheep. She left amidst the investigation without anyone suspecting her and returned home, hoping to rid herself of the curse. Well, most call this a curse, she rumbles. The curse of lycanthropy. Look what I have done. What I have the power to do. She holds up her claws, still wet with Tomlin's blood. This is a power I never had as a cleric, she says. I was powerless, a servant to the people of this town, healing coughs and broken wrists. But now I have real power. She lets out a whining giggle. I
I was gonna ask what that
guess.
sounds like. I feel like that's accurate. Good job.
And you can see in her eyes that something has come loose in her mind. Of course, that power is gone, and with it, the temple's power protecting these lands. But that's also fitting, isn't it? Could that be what Langston deserves?
Yeah.
Okay, if you haven't done so, if you haven't done so yet, you can ask her about motives behind killing Maybelline or Tomlin. And by the
She,
K word, I mean unaliving.
yeah, I mean, like, we kind of know that.
Mm.
I mean, I guess for exposition, she is the BBEG. Let's give her her moment of exposition. But, I mean, like,
Mm.
we know, girl. We
Okay.
know.
All right, so you want to ask about Maybelline or Tomlin?
Let's do Tomlin first. Like, why
Okay.
not unalive Tomlin instead of Maybelline?
You ask why she unalived Tomlin, and she flinches. Tomlin betrayed me, she says, ears fluttering against her huge head. He lied to me, used me, and he dropped me for that market hawker as soon as he could.
Market Hawker. Ooh.
You ask if she loved him, and she snarls. Of course I did, you fool. More than anything. More than I should have. And he used that against me again and again.
Yeah, girl, never trust a man.
There is a violent anger coiling in Selene now, and she starts to pace. If only he had chosen me, this could have been different. Everything could have been different. She starts shaking her head, clenching and unclenching her hands. You can try to distract her with more questions about why she unalived Maybelline or how she contracted the curse. which we've already done. Alternatively, you can try to convince her to come in peacefully, or attack Celine to end her threat against Langston.
Uzi. Oh my, so provocative. Uzi's telling us to go around and boink all the men. Okay, so the way that that was worded, the way that that was worded was distract. Distract. So I have an idea, but I don't know if it's going to go with the written storyline. So what I kind of want to do, and since you are claiming the title, oh, we have ads starting in a minute. So maybe okay, I'm gonna put a snooze on the ads. We're at a major or pivotal moment. Okay, so what I'm thinking is it says distract, so I'm like maybe I'm like inching closer to her while this is happening and being all like, oh yes, tell me girlfriend, give me the goss, give me that hot juicy goss, and what I'm trying to do is I want to get close enough to her that I can touch her. So we'll see how this goes, but I need to get close enough to touch her. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, tell
Well,
us, tell us, girl, about Maybelline. Tell us, spill the tea. Give us the give us the tea and cookies, mama.
right. You ask why Selene unalived Maybelline, and she stands up straight on her back feet with her hackles rising and
Her
teeth bared.
hackles
Her hackles
out for all of us to see. Oof,
for all of you to see. Uh, because she was a lying little vixen, she snaps.
a
Oh,
vixen.
everyone loved the innocent maid who sold her family's produce in the market. She was Langston's golden child,
Selling
but
her
she
melons
showed
in the
me her
market.
true colors. You asked Celine what Maybelline actually was.
A
Um,
prostitution horses.
a scheming little wench. Stealing Tomlin from me was just the beginning. I don't know what she wanted in the end, but she was not the kind sweet soul everyone thinks she was. She was cruel.
You tell
Celine's
him,
eyes
girl.
Celine's eyes lose some of her humanity in the memory of it. She laughed at me, mocked me for my faith for being the servant of Langston instead of twisting it around my finger as she had. And then, and then she was unalived. I feel like unalived is kind of lost the impact, but okay.
No, it's better. Thank you,
Also, hello,
TikTok, for
Liz.
ruining the English language. We love it.
Oh, Miss Phone died. Unalived.
Oh no! It's phone unalive just like Maybelline.
Oh, okay. The werewolf looks at her claws and shows her teeth again. You realize she is smiling, and you can see her humanity slipping further away. And that felt good. She looks up at you, and the eyes that meet yours are not those of a devout spiritual leader. They are the eyes of an unaliver. And you are suddenly sure that if you don't do something quickly, you will be next. If you haven't done so yet, you can engage Celine with her motive behind the unliving, which you've already done,
Yeah, I
and
think we've
already
done
did
all
the
three of
first.
the things. The other
Okay.
last one would be to convince her to go peacefully.
Uzi says, unalive that beach.
Unalive that person, that beautiful woman that doesn't support other women. I don't know. I thought that we agreed here that we support women's wrongs. I thought that was like the community that we were building together.
All
So
right, so
okay, so I don't know how to do this because the book, I feel like it's going to give us the moment to do what I want to do, but I don't know if it'll give us the moment to do it before a fight. Because essentially what I was trying to do is I wanted to get close enough to her because I have the silver star, which has one charge of remove curse to remove the lycanthropy to take away her powers. But I'm like, I don't know if I can actually do that given the way this is. Not every woman. True.
mm,
True. So that is my idea.
okay. Well, right now the options it's giving you is if you feel there's no redeeming Selene, you can try to bring her in without a fight or square up for battle.
Mm, mm. I mean, Uzi says to unalive that beautiful woman. So, I guess we're going to square up.
Okay, so square up for battle.
Is
Okay,
there are there two uh do there happen to be two oh, what's it called? Uh what's it called? Something blocks. Two blocks for character blocks, monster blocks, stat blocks, stat blocks. Do I just get to take away her power and then squish her innards?
um, I'm not sure. We'll have to, like, there is a little bit of text here, so I can try and read that and then maybe we can figure out. Um, so, Selene lunges at you, but you had half expected things to go wrong at any point, so you're not caught unawares. She clenches and unclenches her claws as she growls. You've always heard that werewolves and other lycanthropes are immune to ordinary weapons, but this is your chance to put that to the test.
I have
She is
two
wa-
not ordinary weapons though.
she is watching you carefully, clearly unsure of what to expect of you. So it's giving the options of draw your own weapon, draw the moon shard, or draw the scrapling claw. And if you have any magical ability, you can also try to cast a spell.
Okay, so
Um,
go
Real
ahead.
quick, there is like a little blurb under the stat block or whatever it is that says, "In this adventure, you have received a certain magical items that may help you defeat Selene if you use them." Um, as an action, you can try to throw the Filter of Remembrance or touch her with the Silver Star with a successful attack roll.
Okay, so touch with the silver star. So as unalive beaver said, threaten her so she attacks then to get close and use the star. So that works. Wait, will the star just end the
Okay.
fight immediately?
I have I have no idea. I have not read this, so
Okay,
maybe.
we're all learning here. We're gonna go a little bit slow. It looks like I missed delaying the ad break, so
Okay.
we'll continue after ads.
Uh,
Okay, that way no one's gonna run the risk of missing anything. But
I do
okay,
think
so
it's interesting that it mentions the Filter of Remembrance and the Silver Star like in a separate little block aside from the drawing weapon
yeah, I
or
was wondering what
whatever.
the filter of remembrance would be good for. I guess it stuns, it damages, and runs the chance of stunning. Smelly hoes have disadvantage. Is she a smelly hoe?
I mean,
Is she a
she
smelly hoe?
she's a werewolf, so she can smell. So, like, strongly, I
Oh,
assume.
that's. I was trying to be goofy, and I put a note of smelly hoes have disadvantage, forgetting that it wasn't people that stink. It was people that smell good, that smell well. Okay. Also, hey Liz, how are you doing? I'm gonna try to. We're just going on a short, tiny little break. It's almost over. Hopefully, we'll all be back from ads in about 15 seconds. But yes, I do have the Scrapling Claw, which is a magic mace. I have the Moon Shard, which is a magic Dagar. I'm doing good. Okay, looks like ads might be over. Um, what else do we got? Okay, so yeah, I think what we're going to go for first is we're going to get her up in our stuff. Yeah, I still have the filter. It can stun. Okay, ads are over. Okay, so I can start off by using an item. We kind of put
Okay.
that it is a wait, what would a do I get modifiers on an attack roll to use an item?
Um,
I don't I don't know. I mean, I have a +4 to hit on all of my weapons and spells, so I'm assuming.
I mean, I would think, but I'm not sure. By the way, should we be rolling for,
Oh, initiative.
yeah,
Oh, they're gonna eat me up. They're gonna eat up my initiative. Ooh.
okay,
Okay, I got a
let's see.
6. Come on,
Okay,
that
and
one. Come on, that one.
they did a 10 plus 2, so a 12 for initiative.
Dang. Okay, so
So,
they're gonna attack me first.
I'm trying to make sure that
Wait, it
there's
said
no.
that I can start off. Didn't it say I can start off?
Oh,
If
it said draw your own weapon, draw the moon shard, or draw the scraping claw. If you have any magical ability, you can also try to cast a spell.
Okay, so I can try to
Um,
cast a spell to begin with,
yeah, I'm
right?
just not. I'm just curious, like how this is gonna work, because like it all has like jump points, and then you also have the filter of remembrance or the silver star with the
I mean,
success
I'm not
filter.
worried about all of that. We're going to just do it as a normal combat. Oh, and we have a bless. I think we have 2 blesses from Uzi. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off. I'm going to cast what the hell am I casting? I forget what it's called. Guiding bolt. I'm gonna cast guiding bolt. Let's see what we got. Oh God, no.
Well,
Um,
well, real quick, like if we're doing as normal combat, don't they get it first attack then? Because they.
well, you said at the beginning of the combat I get to draw my weapon or cast a spell, right?
Okay, yeah, it does say that.
Not that it's going to matter because I'm probably gonna miss. I got a 7. Let's roll a d4. I got an 8. Um, do I get to roll both of my blesses now? That wouldn't be fair. Okay, well I only rolled an 8, so I missed my guiding bolt, and that is why I
Okay.
wanted the guiding bolt so that I'd have advantage on my next attack. Okay, so I missed my guiding bolt. I can use sanctuary on myself. Maybe I'll use ooh, then I only have one. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna use. Oh wait, no, I can't because I used the spell slot. Wait, do you use your spell slot if you miss your spell? Anyone know?
Uh,
Do you lose your spell slot if your spell misses? I think you do, right?
I would assume, but I don't actually know the answer to that. Death
Yes.
Beaver says,
Okay,
yep.
so I can't cast 2 spells in one thing because I was going to then cast Sanctuary on myself so they couldn't hit me at least. Okay. Well, my turn's garbage. I'm going to uh, hope and pray that I don't get unalived in one hit. Your turn.
Okay. All right. This is all throwing me off since I had the options to go to stuff, but okay. So I'm not
Well,
sure how
I
this is all going
cast
to
a
work out,
spell,
but
so the one that says to cast a spell if you need to go to something would be the one you do.
okay. Um, okay. So as you start casting your spell, Solane growls and takes up a defensive position. Any damaging spells or magical abilities do damage normally. Spells and effects that work on beasts will work normally, but those that only affect humans are ineffective. Now that she
Okay.
thinks you can hurt her, you suspect Solane won't hold back against you. So we're going to return the combat
Can I
section to.
hurt her?
Oh,
The last 3 out of 4 attack rolls I've done have missed. Can I hurt her? Thank you, Uzi. Now I have advantage on my next roll. So I didn't. My guiding bolt missed, but Uzi's got that guiding bolt for me.
okay, so now we're going to go back to the combat selection section. So this inexperienced werewolf is now going to try to attack with claws.
Uh, uh,
So let's see. Rolled an 11 plus 2, so that's
haha.
13.
Misses. Misses. Shield. Knock that crap off. Stop it. But she's close enough to
Uh,
me. Do you have a off attack? She's close enough to hit. Got to keep that in
yeah.
mind.
So did you want to use your silver star like you had mentioned?
I mean, is her turn over? She just misses me and doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, it doesn't. They haven't had any bonus actions, so.
Okay, cool. So she misses, and yeah, I'm going to use my star. So I have a guiding bolt from Uzi, and I just had a
The
flash of something pop into my head that I think I forgot about until now. I had an item I could attune to forever ago. It's too late. I didn't attune to it. Um, so I've got guiding bolt, and I've got let's just roll
the
it.
bless. So
We got a D4 and a D12.
okay, so
D12 times 2. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. So I got an 8, 9. I rolled a 9. Wait, do I get to add my hit? That'd be a still only a 13.
okay, so your hit roll was a 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so it
No armor.
hits.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't have armor. It doesn't have armor.
So
Come on.
it has natural armor is what it says. So
Okay, good. Screw you. Okay, so I'm hitting it. I'm doing my remove the magic thing on it.
okay, so successful attack roll with a silver star. So let's see here. In the ebb and flow of battle, Solane tries to slash at you with claws, and you try to connect with the magic item in your hand. In the eternity that is Mortal Kombat, you're in a stalemate. Neither of you have the upper hand for a split second. You wonder if you have made a grave mistake in pursuing such a dangerous beast in her lair.
No.
But then, through the flurry of claws and teeth, you leap forward and manage to make contact with the Silver Star. Magic thuds out of the silver brooch into Solane, locking both of you in place. As you feel the magic of the brooch pouring out, Marinathram and Roy lead a group of armed townspeople into the
No.
chamber.
Get out of here. I'm taking her out still, and y'all aren't watching me unalive this woman afterwards. I'm just taking down her stats to commoner level, and then I'm bashing her up inside the head.
Um, uh, sorry. I also see that it looks like you got a Bane redeemed by Myth.
Oh,
So I
that's
like how,
rude. Well, Uzi did 2 blesses, so haha, myth balanced out. Also, I don't have anything to roll for now. The fight might actually be over.
I just like that Uzi is always trying to help you, and the Myth is always
Myth
like,
Wanderer is the troublemaker.
um, so all of them stand wrapped as you press the Silver Star harder into the werewolf.
Yeah, into her mouth. I'm like fully like up, like just like I'm doing this. And I got it, and I'm doing like into her
Uh,
mouth.
there's there's a loud crack and a shower of brightly sparkling motes of light around the Silver Star. Solane jerks and howls long and low to echo through her underground lair.
Oh, a woo.
As the light continues to dance and spin down to earth, Solane's transformation proceeds in reverse. The fur covering her body retracts back into her skin, and her limbs shorten and contract into her human form. Her howl becomes a scream, and she drops to her knees on the ground. No, 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 she yells, gathering the tatters of her robes around herself. Dear gods, no! She looks down at her small, pale hands still stained with Tomlin's blood, and then up at you. Tears are streaming down her face. How dare you take that away from me, she demands. Now I'm just me again. She collapses to the ground, sobbing bitterly into her red-stained hands. Roy and Marinathram step back to a respectful distance as militia members flank her and gently carry off the broken cleric.
No, I don't like this. Can we go back to combat?
All of a sudden you see this gem on the ground. Do you want to touch it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. You realize that it is a chronomancy gem, and it resets to the start of the battle.
I didn't need to reset to the start of the battle. I just didn't want them taking her away. I wanted to fight her like slap fight.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in on her.
Okay, well, there's no stat block for her
Oh
being.
come on.
Okay. Do you want to
Can we
just
just give her
slap her
a
before she
basic?
leaves?
Can we give her a basic commoner? Uh, Okay, you know what? You know what? No, I'll let them take her. But I do want to conjure sword dildos. Oh my.
Oh,
The way I would have conjured a pew. No, no pew pews. Okay, let me do an attack roll. Let me do an attack roll. She technically doesn't have natural armor anymore, so her armor should be something around like a 10. Is that fair? Is this fair?
um, sure. We're
Try to
going off
fight the mayor.
books, so
Okay, we're going to go with I'm gonna do an unarmed strike. I got a 15,
okay.
so I successfully unarmed strike, and as she's being taken away, I just backhand her and say, "You're a disgrace to furries everywhere." And now we can continue.
Okay.
That's all
Let's
I
see
had.
here.
That's all I got. I don't think they would have appreciated me mashing in her brains.
Uh, Although you were gonna mash your brains anyway, like if you hadn't reverted the curse. So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If we could go back to that and just do what happens if I win the fight. But let's go. Come on, read to me,
okay.
read to me, my love.
As the militia members lead Selene away, you see how dark the rings under her eyes have gotten, how she staggers with exhaustion, how she clings her shredded vestments around her, how she holds the back of her head where you just bee slapped her.
In the back of her head.
Or where
I bitch
where did you
slapped the
slap her?
back of her head.
Where did you do the thing?
Maybe I should like donkey punch the back of her head.
Okay.
Well, you bitch slap in the face. That's what it is. You backhand the face.
I thought it was just the backhand. I didn't think it mattered. Like,
Well, I mean,
oh,
it's only really significant if you do it to the face. Posture check, everyone. Hey, Slayla, thank you. Yeah, so I'm not smacking her in the back of like taking her in the back of the head and punching her. Like I'm smacking her
okay.
across the face, calling her an insult to furries everywhere, and she doesn't deserve that power.
Okay, she looks especially downtrodden by being told that she's a disgrace to furries everywhere.
Good.
The disgraced cleric is a broken woman, and it's impossible to tell when she gave up her humanity to the beast she has become. As she is escorted from the chamber, Selene fires you a last look over her shoulder. A mysterious smile spreads across her face suddenly, and then she vanishes down the corridor on her way back to the surface.
Thank you,
Uh,
Slayla.
Nice work, adventurer, Roy says with his customary joviality. It was a touch and go there for a bit, but you pulled it off. Indeed, the mayor says with an emphatic nod. The town owes you its gratitude, and I am thankful as well. You accept both leaders' praise and prepare to take your leave. Let us walk with you, Mayor Athram says. I would speak with you both before the day is done. Aye, I could do that, Roy says. Let's be off. The three of you leave the now empty lair together, bound for Town Hall and the end of your quest. When you emerge from the temple, you see that the morning sky has returned to normal. So it is morning. Roy and Marinathram are speaking
It's
with
been
each
all
other.
day. It is that period of time of the day.
Uh, by the way, this says if you have a picture of your D&D character, you should send it to me so I can draw her.
I'll list. So my character for this, since it's just the first game we've ever run, I just basically stole a character that already exists, uh, and turned it into a D&D character. So I'm playing as Tiffany from um from
Chucky.
Chucky. I'm basically a halfling. This is the outfit that I'm. Is this showing up properly? Yeah. So this is basically what I'm wearing. But what I did, instead of having just a leather jacket, I'm wearing chainmail that is like covered by a leather jacket. 'Cause fancy, you know? 'Cause medieval. I still have my white dress and leather jacket, but there's chainmail underneath the jacket. Okay, sorry about that. What we got going on?
Okay. When you emerge from the temple, you see that the morning. Oh, we've already said that. Roy and Marinathram are speaking with each other, which means Roy is regaling her with a long-winded tale of his youthful exploits as part of an adventuring party. As you walk down the streets, you see townsfolk emerging from their homes to speak to their neighbors, and the mood is bright. News of Solaine's capture travel quickly, and the relief is palpable. Taking much longer at normal pace, you return to the town hall. A group of locals is out in the square with scrub brushes and soapy water, taking the blood off the cobblestones. The mayor's aide is waiting by the entrance to the town hall, smiling as you approach victoriously.
I'm approaching
Uh,
victoriously. Also, Beaver, is there a stat block for the mayor? I'm trying to look up the stat block for the mayor. I'm like, if we do another playthrough, I might go all barbarian on this mayor.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of curious what would happen if you accused the wrong person.
Yeah, we're just too smart. We couldn't fail.
Uh, this way, please, he says to you, then addresses the mayor. I prepared everything in your office, ma'am. Buttercup is waiting in the office as well, safe from harm's way in the temple. Seeing your trio, he bounds up to you all and rushes past the mayor to lick Roy and prance around the dwarf in excitement. Aye, aye, Roy says as he wipes at his face. All's well, lad. The mayor takes her seat behind the desk as Roy shoos Buttercup back to his dog bed. Um, go ahead and
Go ahead and what?
uh, I'm trying to think of what to put this role as.
Do you
Um,
know all of the things? Is it animal handling? Buttercup's in the room.
do do an animal handling, sure.
Oh yeah, I'm doing animal handling. We'll see if it actually had anything to do with animal handling or if Jada just told me to roll something random. So Uzi cast Bless, but then Mithy cast Bane. So I actually, instead of canceling each other out, I'm gonna roll 2d4, and we're gonna see what that does. Okay, so I got 11, a
Here.
13. 1 second. This will be the Bless first. 13. Oh god, +1. So 14. 14 minus 2, so it's a 12.
Okay. I said it just a even like split, so it was a 10.
Haha!
So
Mithy, you didn't get it this time. You tried.
so you give some longing eyes at the dog as Buttercup is headed back to his bed, and you know what? Buttercup respects you now, like how you uh, helped helped out the mayor, like and protected her identity. So gives you just like a nice big lick on your face.
Aww.
Um,
And then I
gives you a
go
nice
and
big doggy kiss.
I'm going to give it a kiss on its head and then do a flip over it.
Um,
Oh, and I rolled a 6 for that flip.
and you end up like kind of collapsing on top of the dog, but the
For a
dog
cuddle
actually
puddle.
thinks
It's fine.
that yes, the dog actually thinks that you're kind of going in for a hug, not like an actual like fall over. And the dog gives you like one more lick, like y'all are
Oh,
kind of becoming friends now. Uh,
Buttercup is mine now. I wish there was a stat block. I need a high level. Somebody give me a high level fighter stat block so I can take out the mayor and take the dog to be my own.
we're not gonna allow that. The dog is just like becoming friends with you. And Buttercup heads back to his dog bed.
Okay,
Sorry.
Buttercup. Okay. I'm coming for
Let's see
you.
here. So she, as in the mayor, since we got distracted, steeples her fingers as Roy finds a nearby armchair to settle into. The results of your investigation will affect your rewards, adventurer, she says. Delane is facing the consequences of her actions.
Hmm.
So must you. Check your inventory for a record of who you accused.
Oh, I only
Uh,
accused Selene.
okay.
Haha! I'm amazing.
So you accuse Elaine, so we're going to go to that section. Okay. Selene had us all fooled,
Not
Roy says
me, because I'm not a
sadly.
dumb bitch.
She was well liked, loved even. Such a sad turn of events. Um, but now the people of Langston can rest a little easier, Marinathram says. You have their gratitude and mine. She hands you a dark coin pouch, and it's considerably heavier than you expected. Add 350 gold pieces to your
I'm
inventory.
so happy to have this gold with nothing to spend it on still. With a 300 or 350?
350.
350. Oh my gosh, all this money.
So,
Money
in
with
theory,
nothing to buy.
I think in theory you can carry this on to your next adventure if you're going to use the same character for another one.
I will
But
say the only issue I have with Obvious Mimic so far is that all of their adventures are 1 to 3. So I don't have, there is not another adventure to actually be able to carry the things onto. It's like I really hope that they do a higher level adventure soon. I would love to like be able to take a character and take it through multiple things. But we're not like informed enough on how this game works to know how to like. Oh, Witch Haven's level
uh,
4? Perfect. Looks like Tiffany's going to Witch Haven.
so you've added the 350 pieces. It says if you're using
Yes.
milestones, gain 1 level. If you're using experience, gain 600 XP.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gaining any levels
Yep.
because I already started at level 2 and I felt like I was a little too OP. So we're just going to be at level 2 properly now.
You also keep any other items and treasure you have collected on your adventure. Um,
I love that.
you were you earned every copper of that adventure,
I
Roy
did.
says. Um, but we are hoping it does not satisfy you fully, front
I'm never
person.
satisfied.
But the mayor says, but we hope that does not satisfy you fully. We have further business to discuss. You stow your coin as best as you can, given its weight, and ask the mayor to continue.
I
Uh,
I do that and then I ask the mayor to continue.
uh, looking back over the past few days, it feels like a much longer stay in the unassuming town of Langston. You've destroyed monsters big and small, cured diseases, broken curses, and likely even made a few friends. But the mayor and the druid want you to remain in Langston for a while longer. While it's been challenging, Roy says, there is still much to do. Selene is in custody. I don't know how to do voices.
You're
Uh,
getting practice.
Selene is in custody, Marinathram says, but it is unclear if she still poses a threat now that her curse is broken. Roy continues, and her actions have clearly severed her connection to the divine power, but she's just so calm. She is powerless, trapped and just sitting in that cell, like she's waiting for something.
Waiting for my mace to mashed potato her brains.
Uh, there is now the problem of the undead, Marinathram says, and she seems suddenly tired. Now there is no cleric of the Radiant Order. The dead are not staying that way, Roy says. And there could be serious consequences to the temple being too long without a member of the Radiant Order maintaining the town's protections. Uh, you have fulfilled the obligations to us, adventurer, says the mayor, but I hope you will help us again. Come on, Roy says with a think. You know whatever comes next will be fun. So let's see. You can either advent the adventure here. Um, so if you bid Langston as people farewell, we're going to stop here. Or you can continue to the epilogue and finish what you've started.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is I haven't hit level 3 on my cleric yet. I mean, technically I would have hit level 3, but if I don't level up and I stay level 2, I haven't hit level 3 yet. So, oh, we got to hydrate. Also, Beaver, is that a let me know if that's a good order to run these then, because I'm not sure what to run next. Um, but okay, what I'm thinking is I'm a cleric. I don't know what it takes to be a cleric of the Radiant Order. But like maybe Tiffany could just become a cleric of the new cleric of the Radiant Order. Go on the pilgrimage, go do the Radiant Order shenanigans. She's already a cleric. So maybe Tiffany will just stick around Langston. I don't think that's going to be written into the book into the module, but maybe we can do our own post epilogue of her becoming a member of the Radiant Order and becoming this town's new uh, protector. Because I like Tiffany, but I might switch up my character for the next game. I don't know if I want to keep Tiffany for every game. I might have y'all help me with my new character. So let's go to the epilogue. Let's stick around Langston. Let's see what's up.
Okay. I do want to say it's 9:56 right now, so I don't know if that's something we
Oh,
want to continue
okay,
for
never
next
mind. Bye,
stream or.
Langston. Dang, that
Well,
last
I
hour
mean,
went fast.
we can do it for the next stream. I don't know how long the epilogue is.
Okay, so maybe next week we'll do a half. The epilogue is not very long. I've got it pulled up on my thing. Um, but maybe next stream we'll do like half of a D&D stream and maybe half a game or something. Or maybe we can just chat and hang out and talk about what we want to do next. Uh, we could always run this again and make different choices. We can move on to the next book. We can do all sorts of things. We can do all sorts of things. So let's end today here, and then we'll do the epilogue next week along with something else. Along with something else. No. I'm sorry, Stormy. Oh, I don't really play DVD anymore, but maybe. I would like to keep Mondays being primarily D&D, so maybe what we'll do is we'll talk about what we want to do next. Maybe we can do like a character creation. We can start making the character for the next game. Um, okay, so we're gonna end this right now, and we're gonna go over some a couple of things. So basically, we have 3 books to go through. I haven't looked at Witchlight yet.
Did
I
you
feel
see? Sorry, did you see Death Beaver's comment on like
yes,
what they?
yeah.
Okay,
I said I asked if that was a good order to go in. Let us know if that's a good order to go in. If we should be doing Zleth the crystals next, and then Oki third. I know that's the release order, but yeah, they're kind of written to go that way. Okay, cool. Dance party next Monday. I'm gonna learn to DJ by next Monday. Oh dang it! And ads popped up. Okay, so essentially what we're gonna do next week, we're gonna do the epilogue, and then we'll probably maybe we'll do some character creation. We'll do some chatting. So definitely make sure that you're around next week, so that so that we can uh, talk about what we're gonna do, what characters we want to make. I think that'll be fun. Teach you to play D&D. We could definitely go through character creation. I love character creation. They have references to previous quests. Okay. Myth Wanderer. Yes. Honestly, what I would love to do is I am currently starting a game that's got a lot of newbies. Tomorrow we have a session 0. And so what I'm hoping is that that group will actually like successfully play some D&D, but I would love to make a multi-person game for this channel.
but I'm actually yeah, I'm hearing that you are going to be the DM,
Nar.
and chat is the
Nar.
like we've got our adventuring party right here.
No, I don't want to be the DM. I want to be the comic relief.
As DM, you can have like so many comic reliefs.
Yes, honestly. I do kind of want to DM one day. I've been thinking through how I would want to set up something, but I don't think I'm ready yet. But I do know at least one person that said that they could be up for DMing, but we've not uh set anything in stone. But like if we want to get some people, if we want to turn this into a community thing, and maybe we can do one shots or do some kind of smaller scale stuff because I know not everyone can make every stream, but I mean, if y'all want to make it a multi-stream, like actually try to do a campaign, we need somebody that's confident in DMing and confident in DMing that would be willing to do it on camera. That's the biggest thing. Also, y'all will have to get into chat with me. Y'all got your dice ready? You got your discords set up? We can fully turn this into an actual campaign. We just need somebody that's more confident because we are newbies. No, Craigslist. Craigslist is for roommates. I wouldn't trust them with anything as big as a DM. But no, definitely not Craigslist. I only want a DM that like I trust. And I will say the one person that said that they could be up for DMing is somebody that I would trust. They are in a queer leftist group where we would definitely know it would be a safe space. We're not going to be having any SA, any homophobia, any racism. Like, if we're going to have storytelling, I'm going to make sure it's someone that's going to tell a story that we are going to be comfortable being in. So if y'all know a DM, if y'all know anyone that really likes to do stuff, hit us up. Already DMing Thursdays with the longtime group. Wife put it like another day consistently dedicated to nerd side. I get that, Beaver. 100% I get that. But yes, absolutely, we'd love to have you. Need to learn how to use Discord. Tried to write you on Discord. I haven't seen anything from you on Discord. But yeah, definitely we can get on Discord. We can get everyone in the loop on how to work it. If you knew how to play, I would love being God. Oh, you just bought Baldur's Gate? Hey, Baldur's Gate 3, uh, patch 8. Patch 8 is coming out tomorrow, right? Patch 8 is
Uh,
tomorrow.
yeah, that's the 15th. So
So if y'all want to play Baldur's Gate, I've been trying to get Jaded to play with me, so we have room for 2 more spots. We can also get the add if everyone gets the add-on. I think we can have up to 8 people playing Baldur's Gate 3. We'll probably completely obliterate it because the game is not scaled for 8 people to play Baldur's Gate 3. But like, if we want to have Baldur's Gate 3, that's fully doable. I really want to play the new patch. Oh, you don't have it? I mean, if you change not having it, we can all play with each other. We could make Thursday a Baldur's Gate 3 stream. But yeah, are y'all still streaming Thursday this week? Oh, is it a holiday? What holiday is it?
uh, I mean, I know Easter is coming up, which is usually
That's a
Sunday. So
Sunday. Wait, wasn't today Easter? Or yesterday Easter? I feel like I saw
I
someone on
don't.
Facebook say Happy Easter. I've never known what
It,
day Easter's on.
it's not. And the only reason I know that is my work is letting us off 2 hours early on Friday. So
What's Maundy Thursday? Maundy Thursday. Yeah, that's not misspelled. Maundy Thursday.
um,
Holy
uh,
Thursday or the Lord's Supper? Yeah, we don't do that.
yeah, like I knew Good Friday, and then
Yeah, and then there's like Wet Wednesday or something. At least that's what I celebrate. But yeah, no, we don't do any holidays, but we especially don't do what I'm going to call obscure Christian holidays, which are the ones that are not national holidays. Christianity, like it's a holiday. I'd never heard of that. But yeah, we will be streaming on Thursday. Honestly, even if it's Christmas, we'll be streaming because we don't do Christmas. We live in a state that's half a country away from our family that we barely talk to anyway. So like we will be here on the holidays. The only time we're not here is if I'm sick. Easter's on 420 this year. Ooh, get that Easter grass.
is that what we're gonna do for Easter this year? Is
Grass. Grass.
we're finally going to walk into
Grass.
the grass store?
Okay, I was like, you can't go into detail on that. We're just gonna say grass. Grass is where it's got to stay because we already got flagged for that not too long ago. You know it, I'll bring it. But yeah, We will definitely be here on Thursday. I'm sorry to all of the people celebrating Monday, Thursday. How do you even say that? Is it just Mondi? Maundi? Yeah,
I'm
we're not
surprised
doing
like
that.
I haven't heard the term Mondi. Like,
Yeah, Jaded's the Catholic.
um, not anymore. I grew up Catholic.
Weren't you baptized? Weren't you saved? Hallelujah.
I am technically a confirmed Catholic, but
Look at
they do that
him.
when you're like
Jaded
14 or
loves
something.
Jaded loves Jesus.
13 or 14, they're like, yeah, you can make this commitment. I was like, no, like, no.
That is so wild. I am not uh water dunked. I am not water dunked, so I don't know any of that stuff. My family was Jehovah's Witnesses, which don't do any holidays. Ew. It's never the same every day. I don't remember the rules for it. Me too, Slayla. Liz, I am so sorry to hear that. Why would she do that? I don't think that any of the grandkids have been baptized. I don't think I was baptized. Watch me find out that I was baptized as a Jehovah's Witness. And, like, I'm 99% sure I'm not. Protestant something or another, I guess. I'll stick to my agnosticism. Exactly.
Who do you think you are, though?
You've
Sabrina
been baptized
Spellman?
twice.
Are you Sabrina Spellman getting secretly baptized?
Oh, your dad's mom. I forget that dads have moms too. Okay. Well, honestly, I don't know if that's anything less to worry about. Both of your grandparents are nut jobs. That's wild. There's a reason I wait till 18 to make that decision. Like he not right for parents to push on the kids. Vary that. Like I have nothing against people that want to do Jesus things. I love Jesus. He comes into my stream sometimes. He gifted me 15 GGs on Thursday. He's awesome. But yeah, it's not my thing. Also, I feel like being raised, I wasn't raised as a Jehovah's Witness. My parents were raised as Jehovah's Witnesses, and then I was raised with two traumatized Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, both of my parents have more religious trauma than I have, and it's affected them interestingly. I'll say that much. But yeah, anyway, we'll be here Thursday. All that to say, we will be here Thursday. Religion is interesting. I love religion in fantasy. Like the amount of hours I've spent looking up D&D deities and stuff. I love that. I love looking it up. I've made a couple clerics and like my cleric I played for this campaign a was not a real cleric. She was a cleric of Damballa. Uh, it was all for the goofs and the gags, and it hardly came up at all. But like other characters that I've made for like real campaigns, I've actually looked into like what gods I would want them to follow and stuff like that. It's really interesting. Comparative religious studies. I had to take religious classes because though I was not raised religious, technically, I guess, I went to a Christian college. Look at me. To get my degree, I had to go to church. And we had 2 semesters of required Bible uh, classes. To be fair, my
It's
Bible classes were not, they were like critical of the Bible. My Bible classes were very much like let's look at all the contradictions and like see how people are able to like still believe what they believe even though this entire book contradicts itself. The religion classes I took were actually pretty interesting and much more on the academic side. Oh my gosh, the Bible is boring. It has a few interesting passages here and there. There's one about someone with genitals the size of a donkey's and stuff like that. Interesting stuff, but not how I want to base my life. Some people may disagree. I know more than a couple people in the LGBT plus community that revolve their entire life around genitals the size of donkeys, but that's another story. 3 to 4 Bibles. That's wild. Don't ever read them. You're not old enough to read the Bible. That's too much. Bottomless pit. Stop calling me out. You know what? We have all kinds here. We have all kinds. We have a very close knit community. It's a tight, close knit community, but it's not tight in every way. Just ask Stormy. Love you, Stormy. Though you haven't changed your name again. I keep calling you Stormy Casper. Casper Manslaughter Stormzy. Okay. So we need to get off here in a few minutes. I'm going to be back for word games. We're going to be playing some Wordle, Contexto, maybe something else. And we'll be playing that in about 45 minutes. So if you want to take a break from D&D, you want to do some word games, come back in 45 minutes. Oh, up, getting flagged again. Getting flagged again. Love to, but I'm the Casper's the community bicycle. Everyone gets a ride.
But also, if you can't make it to Word Games, Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, they'll be playing some games. Maybe we'll be playing some games if you all want to play games.
Oh yeah, do y'all want to do anything for Thursday? I know I said we need to go, but honestly, I'm kind of like, maybe we should just chat until the next stream. The only problem is once the next people from the next stream start strolling in, then they're like, "Where's our games? Where's Wordle? We need to play Wordle." I'm like, "Hold on." Yes, everyone needs to get on Discord. I'm not very active on my Discord, but we can change that. It's a Queen. It's that Queen song. But yeah, if y'all want to do anything on Thursday, I don't have a plan currently. We could play no word games free. Okay, have a wonderful night, Beaver. Get some rest. Fun seeing someone else play once. Yes! I'm sorry that you only came in for the very end of it. You missed all of our goofy shenanigans at the first half, but you know what? You're following now. So we can play maybe we'll do crystals next. Might do crystals next, and maybe you'll get to see from the beginning. Who knows? But yeah, if y'all want to do anything on Thursday, we can play some Roblox. We can play Stray. We can play go back to It Takes Two. We can play Baldur's Gate. I feel like Baldur's Gate's kind of hard to play on stream because I have a really hard time focusing. Something peaceful for Thursday, maybe, or something super hectic for Thursday. Something nut job insane for Thursday. Absolutely, Beaver. I post in their Discord every Monday, every single Monday, so you always get a notification. So yeah, I feel like my brain's disappearing on me. I think this
Did
is a
someone?
sign to take a break. So we're gonna take our break. If y'all want to message me on Discord or anything, hit me up. Let me know what's up. He's now going to partial programming at the Grippy place this week. Oh no, Stormy! Message me. Tell me if you need anything. Message me. Let me know what's up. I'll see you all on Thursday. Have a wonderful day. And if I don't see you on Thursday, maybe I'll see you on Monday when we do the epilogue. The epilogue and the setting up for the next game. Say bye, Jaded.
Bye, Jaded.
Bye, everyone.